Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a very big day for the United States. If you guys don't know, the first of three presidential debates is tonight at 9 p.m. As of the time of this recording, it is Tuesday, September 29th. And there's an interesting topic that I haven't seen covered a whole lot. Obviously, this article covers it, and obviously this video is going to cover it as well. But it's what the impact on the market is from just a debate or whatever it is. In this situation, obviously it is the presidential debate is the first one, and I think it's going to give some people security in terms of like finalizing who they're voting for. But I think it could potentially help persuade several people, more of the moderates, for who they potentially want to vote for if they do really like some of the things they see. Hopefully it's not just like a bunch of bickering. Obviously no one wants to see that, and again, obviously I don't like making a bunch of political videos, but that's the time period we're in currently. And I just kind of want to share a perspective of just vote with your heart, but you have to be able to be smart about it too. Don't vote for something because that's what people tell you to do. Vote for what you believe in. Vote for what you think is going to be best for the country. That's your right, or you don't have to vote at all. There are those things. So obviously, it's all up to you guys, and obviously up to us to decide, where this country heads. And I think this could be a big turning point in the country as a whole. So let's get right into it. If the presidential debate has a clear winner, it could show up in a big market move. So I think there's two ways to look at this. I think if Trump comes out and does really well at the debate, I think the market will be up tomorrow, potentially drastically, because the debates were big in 2016. I think Trump won most of the debates in 2016, and people would come into school and they'd be like, "Oh, did you watch the debate? Did you do this?" And then we would discuss it, and obviously the market kind of has similar reactions. Everyone's going to be watching. I read an article that said like 75% of voters will probably be watching the debates. And if you don't know, they're on Fox News tonight, hosted by Chris Wallace. So I think it should be a good overall debate. I believe it's like a couple hours, and I think if Biden potentially comes out swinging and does a really good job, then we could see the markets potentially move down or not really have much of an effect at all. Because I think some of that is priced in with Biden currently being projected to win. So here are the key points. Analysts say there is more at stake for the markets Tuesday when President Donald Trump debates former Vice President Joe Biden than in most other presidential debates. I would definitely agree with that. The two candidates have not been as highly visible as in other years because of COVID. So the debate is an important window into their thinking about major issues. Investors are uneasy about Biden's tax policies, which is what I just said. So that could be a negative if he looks to be winning. But the markets would prefer some clarity around the election, so a draw would not be positive. So if we see a draw, the market will likely go down. And this is where, if you have a Fox News or you have a CNN's going to say Biden won regardless, and Fox News is going to say Trump won regardless. It's going to be hard to find like the truth, and that's kind of where it kind of just falls back on to you as a viewer for who you believe won, and potentially vote that way. Currently, Biden leads Trump by 6.9 percentage points in an average. In an average of major polls. I think there's a real question about Biden's age and health, and he could put those to rest with a solid debate. And he could also cause people to have more doubts about whether he's fit for president. And I think that's a big thing. I think, again, I don't want to put my opinions upon you guys, but I think he's in the early stages of dementia, or he already has it. And it's really interesting how many people are just like, well, we have to vote for him regardless. I know Ocasio-Cortez said this, we have to vote for him regardless. Even if you don't like him, you have to vote for him. And that's a problem, because, you shouldn't just use a man like this. If you truly like him, then vote for him. But you shouldn't vote for him if, it's just because, we don't like Trump. You can't do that. Just in that situation, don't vote, or potentially become more educated on what they believe. And if you don't like that, and you potentially lean more towards Trump, then vote for Trump. So it's very interesting to see some of these things. Biden is 77 and served 2 terms as vice president, and Trump is 74. So they're very similar in age, but I think Biden's rapidly declining mentally. Trump actually came out today and said he wants ears to be checked for earpiece in case someone's like giving him tips or telling him what to say or whatever it may be, and he said he'll do the same thing. He agreed to it. Biden did not, which I don't fully understand why you wouldn't agree to that if you want that transparency. Why wouldn't you agree to it unless you're planning on doing something like that? So that kind of, I don't know. He's not super sharp in some of those things. Dan Clifton, head of policy research, said that historically incumbent does poorly in the first debate, as President Barack Obama did against Mitt Romney in 2012. Clifton said he expects to see market reaction to the outcome of Tuesday's debate in individual stocks and sectors, but he noted the broader market does not show a clear pattern of reacting to debates. The market has a 60% probability of Biden winning. Anything that can give you a greater view, anything other than a draw, is going to be market moving. So that's kind of what we've said. If Trump does well, they will go up. If Biden does well, they will go down. And that's kind of the overall recap of what I've been saying, what this article's about. Clifton said that historically the debate winner has moved the polls by 2%. So if we see, let's keep reading. If historically holds the challenger beats the incumbent in this debate, Biden would have a 5-point lead in the swing states, he said. If Trump moves the needle by 2 points, he'll be in better shape today than he was in 2016 when he won, which is very interesting. All these different things, how he was... I continue reading ahead. All these Trump stocks are up big today. Student lenders, private prisons, for-profit education, defense, energy. It's all going higher. That could be 2 things. People talking or taking off their shorts, or other people could be making a bet that Biden's not going to do well and want some exposure to underpriced Trump stocks. That's very interesting, as we could potentially see those things go up very soon in the market. And then it kind of just, undecideds will be pivotal, and this is what I'm talking about. The moderates will decide this election. The independents will decide this election. For Trump, his advantage is he loves the camera, and the camera loves him, and Biden's advantage is he's going to prepare. The president believes he's a natural and doesn't have to prepare. That's very funny, but very true. While more than 90% of voters are expected to have their minds made up already, something said those who have not could be an important swing factor in this race, and I think that's what we're going to see tonight. We can check on the Dow currently, Dow Jones, see where we're at. We're currently down about 100 points, but we've made a little bit of a rebound since here. And all these different things are still pushing the stock down with the virus, and obviously some of those things. So again, I think the recap of this video, or the moderates are going to decide this election. These debates are very important to watch. Just be educated about the things you're seeing, about the things you're voting for, the things you're saying, or the things you're telling to your friends. And again, vote with your heart. Vote, or even vote with your gut. Truly be confident in who you're voting for. Don't vote for someone who is just because that's who you've been told to vote for. Vote for who you believe, and hopefully this election has the right results, and we'll see what everything comes out with. So again, I apologize for making another political video. I can't promise that there aren't going to be more in the future, because I do find this topic really interesting, and hopefully you guys do as well. Leave in the comment section below, are you going to be watching the debates? All 3, just the one tonight? And if you've already made up your mind, obviously you don't have to share who you're voting for or anything like that. That's completely your opinion. But I will be interested to hear if you've already made up your mind, or if these debates are really important to you, because I think they're going to be really important to a lot of voters. So like I said, it's a really interesting time we live in, and it's only going to get even more crazy as we continue. So like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and join this movement on the channel as we continue our climb to 1,000 subscribers. And until next time, happy investing.